Yay, we're ready to go. Okay, y'all, you get up and you're like, I know I need to do some loading or something that everybody's talking about, and you just don't know what to do. Here's what you do. And we're going to start, I'm going to really focus on feet and calves. So once you have gotten up and you're sitting here like, what can I do to get my brain going, my muscles going? Seriously, start walking backward just a few steps and see, you have to look. Then you turn around. See, all I'm doing is taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Then I'm turning around and I'm swinging my arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. And I'm turning around. And I'm just going to do this in my, let's say it's too cold to get outside, or you think it's too cold because you don't want to put on your heavy coat in May. See this? See this? Just by walking backward, carefully turning, heel has to go up. Then roll from the ball of the foot down into the heel. Okay? Now turn, say rib cage up, drop your shoulders, and just close your mouth. You'll have to breathe through your nose. Don't go fast because you're just trying to get your joints lubricated with that synovial fluid that anytime you move, that is what's going to make that synovial fluid come into the joints. That's why I don't want to just keep my hands still. And see how I'm turning? This act of turning, see this? You bring your knee up. See? Tighten the tummy, drop your shoulders. After you've done 2 revolutions, stop. Rib cage has to go back up. Knees get soft and go back the other way. So if you will do some of these movement related things that makes your brain start firing, you have to think to walk backwards. So to prove my point here, if you're in your kitchen, for instance, and you're thinking, okay, I can do some things here in my kitchen and I'll do my backward walking in my kitchen. Okay, if you do that, you turn around in your kitchen and you try to go to the refrigerator, then you turn around and go to your sink. See what I'm saying? If you keep trying to do that, you're going to get irritated and you're going to go, forget this. Yeah, because you have to stop and think. And that is what gets you in a different state of mind. I hope this is making sense. Now, could you put some music on and start dancing? Sure. Because anytime you're dancing, especially a woman dancing, she has to go backwards, doesn't she? Okay? Maybe that's why we're so smart. I digress. Okay, then I'm going to stand in front of a chair, just your kitchen chair. And at first, if you are really, I don't know, if you're achy or sore or you're just stiff, well, number 1, we have to ascertain why is that. But number 2, that's why I encourage you that when you're going to sit, just put your little pad on your chair to start with and take a wider stance. Put your hands in a V. Say rib cage up. Then you're going to soften your knees, swing the butt back into a hip hinge, drop down, and roll into that chair. Then you're going to come right back up. Okay? And we're just going to go down to a count of 4, 2, 3, 4. And then when we come up, it's going to be a little quicker. See this? Squeeze the quarter right now. That type of muscle work in the process of sitting, See, I just hesitate right there at the bottom. Why do I do that? Because we're doing some of the first moves of the morning, okay? And you've got to get your muscles to give your brain the message that, frankly, you're not dead yet. I hope you're laughing. Swing, come down, keep your chin tucked. Don't let those knees come in. Hold it down here. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. Start to feel it right in here. Then sit. Okay? I don't want to put too much, but I do want to start the process. And if you even do 3 to 6 of these, as we did the backward walking, we did 3 to 6 passes. Drop your shoulders, swing the butt back, hold it right down here, hold it right down, keep your knees open. Breath, hold, roll into it. After you've done about 3 to 6 of an elevated sit to stand, and I'm really serious about suggesting for the first, I say 3 to 6, it could even be 10. Sit downs, sit to stands, that's enough to start changing your body chemistry, because a moving body, an exercise body, turns into a different mechanism, turns into a different machine than a body at rest. And that should sink deep into your head, okay? Because you start changing, but you have to give your body a chance to change. People get into trouble when they don't. See, I took that out now. Oh, by the way, right here, I am going to use your leg weights a little differently than you're normally used to it. Most of you have leg weights that you got from me, or you had on your own. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to start to rotate my arms. So this is a quicker action. While I'm rotating my arms back and forth like a little fan, my thumbs are inside. All I'm going to do is shift and just bring the knee up a little bit without leaning forward, okay? That's why I want your knee to come up. So I'm going to start introducing a little quicker action right now. Breath, keep your shoulders down, keep going. I need to check to see if somebody's got an emergency. I don't know. Tim is having a hard time getting in. I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that. So I hope you've been doing this. So do not roll forward. Now turn the thumbs out. Okay? Here I go. Same thing. I'm just bringing that knee up. Take a breath. Take a breath. So if you notice, everything until now, except the backward walking, was my feet were pretty grounded, right? Okay, when you start to bring one leg up, then the other leg up, so it's alternating, and I've been to the side, so you'll see that I'm coming forward with my knees. See that? Yeah, my thumbs are out. I'm keeping my arms very low, okay? Drop your shoulders. Take a big breath, big breath, big breath, breath, tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy. Okay, this little move that we're doing with just an elevated knee, bringing our foot up, forcing ourselves into a split second, one-legged stance. That's why these moves, y'all, right here, are so valuable, because you're doing that all-important one-legged standing. And right now, I'm not making you hold it. I'm just saying get your knee up off the ground and think about your posture. Keep your arms going. Don't stop. Drop your shoulders. This is a straight arm move, because this move is coming from your shoulders, because we're warming the joint. by doing this. Rotational. Thumbs are out, rib cage is up, breathing through the nose. I'm bringing those knees up. And when your foot hits the ground, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but I have socks on this morning. I'm doing this whole thing barefooted. You may not be able to do that. It takes work to get your foot strong enough to be able to do some of the movement patterns, even through my class, barefooted. Yeah, and a lot of it, sometimes you'll say, I can't do that because I have bunions. I can't do that because I understand, I have all of these. But I'm working steadily at trying to strengthen my feet. Okay? Now, some of you right now have let your knee come in. Now, we'll do that sometimes, but right now I want to keep that knee tracking over my toes. See, over my foot placement. Take a big breath. Now I'm going to go out and in, and I'm going to go side to side. So, the things to start doing when you get up and you're thinking, oh man, I need to do something to get myself going this morning. I just gave you a couple of very important moves that require joint action in a different way than just walking around your house. Okay? Backward walking, sit to stands, lining up, then rotationals, and one-legged standing. There's your program to start with. Okay, now you should have started feeling that right here, right? So one of the things I've noticed even for myself is as we have our birthdays, you have a tendency to start, and I've gone over this before in some workouts that I've done. The first step you take, I've noticed this in myself, I start like this. So just stop yourself and think about your movement progression of just getting up and walking. Say rib cage up, but the biggest deal is don't collapse when you take the first steps. And this is generally how we start in. So I'm saying don't start stepping if you hunch over or bend. Say rib cage up again, bring a knee up, bring a knee up, keep your elbows at a 90 degrees. And if you can't go that far, I understand that. So I'm saying come down here. Because this, if you're walking, you should be able to do that and hold it momentarily. Okay? This right here. Breath. But do you see what happens whenever that you bring that knee up? You have to straighten up. It's very difficult. And so all of this is like a chain reaction. You start to step like this because you're shuffling. So there we go with our feet and ankles. And I told you I'm going to really emphasize feet and ankle. I do a lot anyway, but I'm going to double my efforts. When you bring the knee forward, you have to straighten up, okay? It's very difficult to do this when you bring that knee up. If you're shuffling, that's what gets us into this, okay? And I understand why you're shuffling. You don't want to fall. Only that's going to play into you falling. So if you need something to hang on to, do it at a counter, and you can just simply do it stationary. Would I like you to walk with it? Absolutely, I would like you to walk with it. So I'm going to keep my elbows at my side. That's number one. Number two, you do not have to go fast. Now, we're going to do some fast moving today, but it's going to be a little different than what you think of as fast moving because we have to put safety measures in place. Now, I did 3 walks. So now I'm going to go backward walking. and I'm going to hold. See this? So I'm going to go step back, and I'm only going to do about 3, maybe 3 to 6, if you have room. Tight tummy, drop the shoulders, breathe through the nose. Elbows are at your waist, right here. Okay, see that? So now I'm bringing that leg up, and I'm trying to count 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. So if you did nothing more than those 3 main moves that we did at the beginning of class, and then a hesitation on a backward walk, knee up, okay? So hip, so we're flexing at the hip, bringing it up, and holding it. You have to use your brain in order to do that. So now I'm going to go forward, okay? And then I'm going to do one more backward. Keep your elbows right there. Now, you could be doing all of this with a weighted vest, and that would be great. So I'm not concentrating, and I had to put my foot down too quickly. I want to hold it for these 2 passes. So big breath. Do not lean in. Start retraining yourself not to lead with your head and face and do the little shuffling thing. So what I'm doing right now, for people especially who have joints replaced, our world starts coming way in because we get so fearful that we're going to fall. And rightfully so. But some of these things, so see, there I start, I wasn't on. So I'm going to get centered right here, tight, shoulders down, big breath. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to try to hold. This is my knee replace side that's holding me. I'm going to try to hold 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Then I'm going to take back, and now I'm going to make my hip replace side hold me. So I have to think. Okay, drop, breath. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to hold 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. I'm going to try to hang out here. So what's your goal with one-legged standing? You should know this by now, okay? And if you don't, no big deal. I'm going to tell you. What we're looking for is a 10-second hold on one leg. Now, at first, don't be discouraged if you're thinking, oh, yeah, right, Jeannie. Put your hand on a chair, a little finger, a little tiny finger. See, it doesn't take much for you to really find that balance. And then use it how much ever you need to try to hang out for 10 seconds. So I did a lot to get to this point. I want to point that out, okay? Take a breath, and when you start really losing it, go ahead and put that foot down. And then here's my chair, or here's my counter. I'm going to tighten in. I'm not going to be doing this hunched over. Rib cage up. Shift. Soften the knee. Bring that knee up. Breath. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005, 1,006, 1,007, 1,008, 1,009, 1,010, and put it down when you want to put it down. Okay? Then try the other leg. So I'm right here. Here's the counter if I need it. A chair, whatever. Bring the leg up. Soften up your knee. And why do I keep telling you to soften up your knee? I don't really want you to bend your knee because I want you to be upright. But I want your muscles to activate. And if you lock your knee, it's a different kind of use of that joint, okay? So you've seen me put my hand over here once or twice. I hope you're counting, Kathy. I think we're at least 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me tell you, if you do just what we did up to now, and you challenge yourself to do a 10-second stance on one leg, good posture, and you have a weight vest on, you are way ahead of the curve. That's what you're looking for. Okay, now I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to open up my toes, splay my toes. I'm standing right in the middle of your room. Here's a chair if you need it. I'm going to step back. Okay? I'm going to flex those toes. So right there is one of the most important moves in this whole move here. And if you have shoes on, you still can flex your toes. Hopefully by now you have a really good flexible shoe. So if you have a shoe on, so I'm bringing the back knee down. If I lean in over my toes, which that's fine, it will be from my hip. And I hope you notice that, because that is very different than rounding your back. See how I'm coming down? And then I'm going to come up. I'm going to plant my heel. See that? Take a breath. I'm going to do 3 of these. Now, I'm going to come back around to this move, and I'm going to be doing it with a weight. So right now I'm body weight. So I've just splayed my toes, and I've flexed my toes. Those toes need to move, okay? And if you have crooked toes, you need to be using toe spacers, because that will assist in keeping those toes straight. One of the biggest reasons that people start losing balance and falling is their toe issues. The strength and the flexibility of the toes. So if you have crooked toes, use toe spacers. It will really help. Okay, one more. Here we go. Knee goes down. Knee goes down. And if you had a weight vest on, double thumbs up. Breath. Breath. So you want to go down as far as you feel you can. And if you lean forward, you're leaning forward from your hip. My shoulders are still down. My chin is tucked. I'm holding it. I'm feeling this. And then you come back. You roll your heel. Roll your heel down. Don't come back and immediately stand up. Okay, so my heel is planted now. All right. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. And I'm going to step forward. And before I go to the other one, I'm going to take a little break. And how do I do that? I do a rotation. Just like that. I just want to rotate. Turn. But you notice that I'm not leaning way out? I'm keeping my shoulder pretty much in line with my hip and my knee. See that? Tight tummy. Drop your shoulders. And your feet and ankles are grounded, but they're absorbing and they're going through a gentle turning. So it's not going to hurt your knee. Take a big breath, and we'll swing the entire body at some point. But right now, I just want to take a little break there. Okay, and now we're going to go into the second lunge. On the second leg, I meant, not the second set of this system. We're going to come back to this with weights in just a second. So I'm standing here. I've gone through backward walking. I've gone through sit to stands. I've gone through weight shifting, right? Now I'm going to step back as far as I feel comfortable, and my heel goes down. But my toes are very splayed. They're not all squished together, okay? Now, instead of getting in this position and then you start to think, okay, I'm going to go down and rounding, that's where you want to keep your shoulders in line with your hip, see? So whether I'm here or whether I'm here, I still have that, maintain that line, okay? So I hope everybody knows that by now. So now I'm going to bend the back knee. Why do I always say the back knee when you know clearly that the front knee is bending? Because that's where our motion is going to come from, right there. So this is a step back lunge is what it is. Okay? And yes, my knees are going to go out a little bit, and they should be able to maintain over the toe type thing. And I'm going to go down as far as the back leg allows me, with my back extension. Breath, pretend you're holding something like a weight, okay? Hold, breath, hold, breath, hold, breath, come back up. Put the heel down, and we maintain that wide stance. You could step up if you needed to, that'd be fine. You have your chair here if you need it. Drop your shoulders, brace, breathe in through the nose, keep your chin tucked. Why do I tell you that? Because most people do this when they're going this. And that just puts strain on your cervical disc. So you want to stay in neutral. Ears, shoulders, hip. Bending the back knee. My toes are very flexed. I'm going to go down as far as I feel I can. Breath, 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 breath. Hold it down there. Pretend you have weights here in your hand. Breath, and then come back. So I'm counting anywhere from 3 to 8 holds. Take a breath. One more. I'm just doing 3. Okay, heel. You get a little stretch. Good, should feel good. Then you start to rotate and bend that knee down, and you go into the splayed toes. And you might have a weight vest on, or you might have holding weights. We're going to do that for the next 3. Okay? Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Breathe through your nose. Breathe through your nose. Don't bend the back. Hold, and then come back up. And then step back. Okay? So after I've done those, I've really targeted my foot now. I've stretched the calf. I've woke these muscles up. My gluteals, my hamstrings, and my quads. Now, I'm going to go right to core work. You could get down on the ground and do this. You can have a weight vest on and do this. Okay? I'm going to do it from the chair. I'm just going to do it from the chair. And here's my leg weights, which I'm going to use here in just a moment. Okie dokie. So here we go. I'm giving myself enough room because I'm going to put my hands on the chair, and you can hang on this way. You can put your fist there if you have tender wrists, and you're going to do what's called a mountain climber. Now you can back off. See this? I'm not very far because my butt's up, correct? If I were on the ground right now, I would be more in a plank position. So pretend you're just doing a plank on a chair. Drop your shoulders. Now I want you to move with that plank. I want you to bring that knee up and come back. And right here, I want you to think about it. If I were with you, my hand would be right here because I want to detect any roundedness that I feel. And when I feel a roundedness, I'm going to tell you, you need to come up a bit, okay? Because you're not able to hold yourself in a really good, solid plank because, in fact, you rounded your back, okay? So soften the elbows, keep your chin tucked. I'm not going fast. I'm bringing the knee in and back. I'm keeping my shoulders down. My shoulders are over the wrists. Breath. And I'm just going to do what's called a mountain climber. Okay? When you come up and back, keep your shoulders down. And you don't let those knees cross your midline here. Breath. Don't round your back. And then if you want to go out a little bit more, you can. Go all the way out and come in and back. You do not have to go fast here. Breath. Breath. Don't round your back. Don't round your back. We got 3 more. Take a breath. Breath through the nose. It's counted 1 and 2 and. Okay? I think Kathy knows that. Breath. And step in. Right here. and come up. So I saw a notice. I get a lot of fitness, over 60 type notices. Some of you might, or you might not, I don't know. And in the list, they had 8 things that somebody needed to do to have a more healthy, vibrant life as you were having your birthdays over 60. And one of them was touch your toes. I can't tell you the number of times that I have totally cringed when somebody of a certain age comes up and says, I can still touch my toes. And I think that's great. However, you need to go at it a little differently, or you're going to really put your back at risk and some other joints too. So let's touch our toes. This is how you touch your toes if you're having your birthdays over 60. And actually, this is how you should touch your toes if you're in elementary school. I've had to teach this to so many kids. So you come down and you hang out, just like you're going to sit down. Keep your chin tucked, and then you slide your hands down to your ankles. Okay, now you're in the position to straighten your legs. And some of you might be so tight back here that you cannot straighten your legs together. You, in fact, have to do one and then the other because it's too drastic of a stretch. So keep your knees soft, bent, keep them open, tracking over your toes, drop your shoulders. Now gently, either one leg and then the other or both together, straighten your legs. And if you can't get them straight right now, that's okay. Do one at a time. But get that leg back straight. Then you come back here with your hands and you press into the heels or the foot and you come up. You just touched your toe. Okay? Now I'm going to come here and sit. And now, for me, with a hip replaced and a knee replaced, I'm going to do a modified 90-90 with your hips. Very important move. But you might have a hard time doing it down in the floor, okay, or anywhere. See how my knee is pointing down? And this is a soft chair. It'll be harder on a cushion chair because you can't slide as easy. So once I get my knee pointing down, and this is my hip replaced side, so I do have some cautions there. Anybody with replaced hips know that. And if you have an anterior versus a posterior replacement, then you have different movement cautions. But once I'm down here like this, I really don't feel too much of a stretch here. So this is where you drop your shoulders and you open from the hip. And I go back until I feel the stretch. Because see, you have a replaced joint, but you have muscles that have been messed with. So you have to be a little more careful about how you move and how you stretch. And everybody thinks, oh yeah, I'll just take a Pilates or a yoga class and I'll be fine. I won't ever injure myself. Not true. So, especially for people with joints replaced. So I'm getting quite a stretch now. See, because I've laid back, but I've laid back from the hip joint. Then I come in and release it, and I come straight here, and I drop the other knee, and I stay in a very flexed position with my toes. Okay? So here I am, and now this is my knee replacement. So now I'm going to lay back until I feel the stretch. Big breath, big breath, big breath. Hang out down here. Just push yourself back as far as you feel that you need to so that you feel that stretch. And your feet are in dorsiflexion, very, very flexed toes. This flexed toe position, and I've done it twice now, is a very important maneuver to be able to do with your toes. So while we're here, because I know that we've got limited time in here, I'm going to take a weight and I'm going to put it right over my knee. Okay, now I've got 2 of these. These I think are 5 pounds. I'll have to weigh these. I don't know. They might be more than 5 pounds. Anyway, I'm going to stack mine. If you only have 5 pounds, your calf has the capability of eliciting a lot of power. And that right there is the problem with balance, falling, and walking speed, is the power that we lose as we have our birthdays. So do you see what I'm doing right here? Some of you may have issues where you can't do body loading with your feet. Whatever is the problem with your feet. But you see, I just put, I know this is 10 pounds because 1 is 5 and 1 is 5. I think they might, I don't know, they could be 8 or 8. I have to weigh these. But you see what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing? I'm holding it here, but I'm going to put my hand over here. And I'm lifting both heels. See this? So I'm doing a heel lift, okay? Or a calf press. And I'm going all the way up and all the way up. So this is a more passive lift, if you will. I'm not being active with it like I would in a jump situation. But I've put a load here. And at first you're thinking, oh, this is nothing, because you're just feeling like, I just don't feel anything. But you stay with it, and if you come up here and really squeeze your calf with your toe in a real flexed position, and the reason I did the flex moves on my foot before I did this is to get those toes activated, okay? So see here, I'm rib cage up, I'm opened just a little bit. I'm not sitting board straight. So I am doing repeated, what I call toe presses or calf raises. If I were standing, I would be doing a calf raise or a heel lift. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm choosing to do it right now in a seated position with weights stacked. Now, if you've been doing this with me and you had one hand on this one and you're just stabilizing here, you're feeling it in your calf over here, probably a lot more than this one. And you want to go until you're like, boy, that's getting kind of tight. That's the point. You have these things laying around. You're sitting and watching a program. Just put those suckers on your knee and do a couple of sets of heel raises against a weight. You're not only prepping your ankle and your foot to be stronger, but your calf just by this, okay? Now it's getting pretty tight. I feel it on mine. So I'm going to put these weights over here. I'm going to keep my back extended. And while I'm sitting here, instead of coming in like this, I'm going to go back just a couple inches. See, that puts a little pressure on my core. Good pressure. So I'm going to stabilize these, lay my hand here, I'm not pressing, and I'm going to go ahead and do, so it gives this a rest. You're still moving it, but now I've got the weight over here, okay? So most of you, I think, got 5-pounders. I don't know if I had that many 10-pounders. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more. Maybe you just have a weight that you could put on your leg, one of these weights, which would be excellent to do. And you could do as heavy as you wanted to because it's really doable, very doable. For people, especially with joints replaced. That's my point. Add this simple move to your weekly movement recipe. And I hope by now you have a recipe that's working for you. Okay, stay open, rib cage up. You're going all the way to the toe, all the way up. So I can tell you, yeah, I have to do a few more, that on this leg, I'm not feeling it nearly as much as I was on my knee replaced side. So that should tell you something. Yeah, I know. When you have a knee replaced, you have compromised calf, soleus, and foot muscle power. Okay? This is one of the little tips to your recipe to helping get those muscles back on target. I don't feel it over here as much because I have my hip replaced over here. Okay? That has more ramification upstream in your quads, etc., than into your foot and ankle. Okay, so stay open. See, I lean back. I'm going up, and you're going to roll right into the toes. Try not to be rolling your foot